this is the second to last preseason game. Just in terms of pace, tempo, things you wanted to see from your team, how would you evaluate tonight's performance?
I'm glad it's the second last one. It's time for us to get going and play. Tough game to play in. Quite frankly, it doesn't compare to what we went through in Australia with the emotion or anything like that. But I thought we did some things well. I thought we did some things poorly. And again, we have some evidence, if you will, for us to work with the players. Now, granted, some of the mistakes that we made were, a lot of them were below the goal line, but the conditions weren't real favorable for any type of puck movement. So I don't know if that's our execution or what we were dealing with.
This is a game in the past where some of the veteran guys have sat out. Did you talk with guys like Kopi and Drew to see if they wanted this extra game, knowing the way the schedule's been?
No, we didn't give them that option. We brought them. Again, strange training camp. The first two games that we played, some individuals played back-to-back. Kopi only obviously played one. And that was a good 2.5 weeks ago now. So it's almost like we've been through two training camps. And we felt like everybody needed to play in this one. And in hindsight, I think we're better off bringing a bunch of younger players, young kids that are maybe more accustomed to this type of day. But both teams had to go through it. We'll see if we have to do this again. We may adjust.
You mentioned the word evidence. When you look at maybe the extended look that Alex Laferriere is getting, what kind of evidence is he showing you guys that maybe this is a good spot for him on that third line?
Well, this has been the first time that we've been able to be on the actual bench with him. And I think you learn a lot when you're that close to him. The instincts he has on the ice fit our team real well. He has some physicality. We've talked about his pace of play, which has been real good. So I think he's got a lot of the tools that he needs and that we need of him to play in the National Hockey League. He may need a little more experience just to gain it and get the ice time that he needs, but I think he's got a real bright future.
He's a young guy, and he stepped in with Dubois and Fiala. He didn't seem to defer out there. Is that a self-belief kind of thing that you'd like to see in a kid?
Yeah, he's a young guy in the fact that he hasn't played a lot of pro hockey, but he carries himself like he's mature, and I think having been in college and being a little bit further along that way than maybe a guy coming out of major junior allows him to present himself to the rest of the group as an older player. And he just played his game, so we're quite pleased with him.
Trevor Lewis this morning said he found out he'd be wearing the Aight tonight. Is this just a good chance to reward a guy like that, give him a little bit more special of a moment than he would have had already?
Absolutely. It was the human element, and Trevor's been a real proud king for a lot of years. He had to go away and then come back, and this is his home. So he had a lot of people here, and you don't have to wear an A all the time to be a leader, and he is that for us all the time. So it's nice to recognize him. Nice of Phil Denota to be willing to give it up for a night. It's just a sign of a pretty close team when those kind of things can happen.